Hello, I'm Lady Liberty. I'm back with part 3 of the open letter from the retired generals and admirals. Blast Biden for excessive lockdowns, censorship of written and verbal expression while questioning his mental acuity. China is the greatest external threat to America. Establishing corporate relations with the Chinese Communist Party emboldens them to continue progressive toward world domination. Military, economics, politically, and technologically, we must impose more sanctions and restrictions to impede the world domination goal and to protect America's interests. The free flow of information is critical to the security of our republic, as illustrated by freedom of speech and the press being in the First Amendment of our Constitution. Censoring speech and expression distorts speech, spreading disinformation by government officials, private entities, and the media is a method to suppress the free flow of information, a tyrannical technique used in closed societies. We must counter this on all fronts, beginning with removing Section 230 protection from big tech. Re-engaging in the flawed Iran nuclear deal would result in Iran acquiring nuclear weapons along with the means to deliver them, hereby upsetting Mideast peace initiatives and amid a terrorist nation whose slogans and goals include death to America and death to Israel. We must reside the new China-Iran agreement and not support the Iran nuclear deal. In addition, continue with the Mideast peace initiatives, the Abraham Accords, and support for Israel. Stopping the Keystone Pipeline eliminates our recently established energy independence and causes us to be energy dependent on nations not friendly to U.S., while eliminating valuable U.S. jobs. We must open the Keystone Pipeline and regain our energy independence for national security and economic reasons. The U.S. military, as politician pawns, with thousands of troops deployed around the U.S. Capitol building, patrolling fences, guarding against non-extent threat, along with forcing politically correct policies like the diverse critical race theory into the military at the expense of the war-fighting mission, seriously degrades readiness to fight and win our nation's wars. Creating a major national security issue, we must support our military and vets. Focus on war fighting, eliminating the corrosion, infusion of political correctness into our military, which damages moral and war-fighting coercions. The rule of law is fundamental to our republic and security. Anarchy, as seen in such cities, cannot be tolerated. We must support our law enforcement personnel and insist that DAs, our courts, and our DOJs enforce the law equally and fairly and consistently toward all. The mental and physical condition of the commander-in-chief cannot be ignored. He must be able to quickly make accurate national decisions involving life and limb anywhere, day or night. Recent Democratic leadership inquiries about nuclear codes procedures send a dangerous national security signal to nuclear and armed adversaries, raising the question about who is in charge. We must always have an unquestionable chain of command. Under a Democrat Congress and the current administration, our country has taken a hard left turn towards socialism and a Marxist form of tyrannical government, which must be countered now by electing congressional and presidential candidates who will always act to defend our constitutional republic. The survival of our nation and its cherished freedoms, liberties, and historic values are at stake. The retired officers hit the Iran nuclear deal and even slapped Biden for stopping the Keystone Pipeline, while saying the anarchies in the cities cannot be tolerated. So that's the end of our part 3 of this series about the generals and admirals that had signed this letter. I think they're hitting a lot of major key points, you guys. I mean, this is, again, real concerns that America has. I mean, we can see that our traditions and our way of life is drastically changing. So I'm going to end this here, and you guys like, share, subscribe, and I will be back with part 4. Thank you, and have a great day. God bless America.